Right, hello everyone, hello, welcome back to the next edition of Stage 9 for Star Trek The Next Generation. I'm of course Mortal Mark. Now, as promised as before, the next stop is the bridge. Now to get there, we need to go in the turbo lift. Basically a fast elevator, but really cool. So from this, by the way, we can access all the floors. So I'm going to give you a rundown of things to come, okay? So, we have got main bridge, observation lounge, and ready room. Next, after that, in another episode, we've got Data's quarters, Worf's quarters, cargo elevator, escape pods, and crew lounge. Third floor, we've got main shuttle bay upper, fourth main shuttle bay. Number 8, transporters 1, 2, 3, 4, and science lab 12. We've got the Arboretum, Picard's quarters, and battle bridge. That's going to be good. 9 forward and stellar cartography. We've got 10 forward, which is where Guinan is the bartender for. We've got the computer core. Sick bay, holodeck 6 to 9. Holodeck's going to be really cool because that actually does work to some degree. There's certain places we can go on that. And then we got shuttle bay 2, the brig. We've got the nacelle control and main engineering. But of course, we're now going to the main bridge. We'll go to the after the bridge. But look at this. Ooh. Ah. Look at this. I believe this is based off the season 3 bridge, just because of the carpet detail. Because before there was like a gap in the middle here between the grey bits, but it's all like linked together. And the seats are more upright, which I know that they were more reclined in season 1. The lovely music playing. Fantastic. Let's get a good view of it over here. Oh, look at that. But yeah, this is the main bridge. Obviously the captain's chair is free. This is where Riker would sit. And normally where Deanna Troi would sit, even though she's a counsellor, technically she shouldn't be on the bridge, but Picard utilises her because she's an empath. Data normally sits here, and Wesley Crusher would normally sit here. This is the communications part, and then this is the helm. This is where they would direct the ship, such as impulse power and warp speed, and bits and pieces like that. Well, I think you can actually control both from either one, I believe. But let's have a little look. You've got the placard here of the USS Enterprise. Yep. Utopia Planetia Fleet Yards Mars is the 5th ship to bear the name. Launch star date of 40759.5. And look, you got all the people I think that were involved in the show. Like Gene Roddenberry, Rick Berman, they all created the show. I think that's actually the real placard. It's got all the names of the people on there, so that's kind of cool. That's a replicator under there. Just show you how that works. There you go, I've just replicated a drink. A replicator, if you wanted food or drink, or even certain objects made for you, you could go there and the energy converter would convert that into sustenance. But I'm just going to drop that on the floor, and it's not going to spill at all. So what I'll do is we'll take a look at the observation deck first, and then we'll take a look around the bridge, and then finish off with the ready room. So you've got the observation lounge. Ooh. It says head. So yeah, these are the model ships. These are the parts that you don't actually normally get to see. So that's the Enterprise A. That is the original Enterprise. And that's the NX-01, the Enterprise prototype, Enterprise B, Enterprise C, and the Enterprise D. Oh, what's down there? Lower deck. And these are actual. That's an actual battleship aircraft carrier, and that had the name of Enterprise. Ooh. So we've got the waiting room and the ops lounge. So observation lounge. Normally, when they discuss their mission or anything like that, they would come here. The captain would normally sit here. They would all crowd round and sit here, and obviously they would talk to one another just through here. This is at the back of the saucer section, by the way. This is why you've got the windows here, and you've got the two main bits where they will discuss and visually represent the mission as well. For instance, Ensign Samuel Beckett, let's go through date of birth. Commander Data, I'm not sure why he's bald in this picture. Yeah, Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Yeah, it'll give you the place of birth, it'll give you the name. The Anton Brew, it'll give you... Luckily, this will actually give you like loads of different names and information of like either random people or actual people, whether it be bald Data. Carl Manson. Fucking hell. Jack Traven. Oh, even the computer sounds are pretty good. Jeff Lebowski. The big Lebowski, okay. Scott Reckert. But yeah, and they redressed this bit, I think, for also Star Trek 6 as well. Because I think this gets destroyed in Star Trek 6. Because this is where Scotty discovers the boots. The magnetic boots. I'll tell you something, whoever's designed this has really put some effort into it. As you can tell, there is a phaser, and it does work. And this is the best bit. If we exit here, you can actually shoot your fellow teammates. Oh, bloody hell. For instance, I want to go over here, right? He's bent like a fucking pretzel. Excuse me. What are you doing? What are you doing? See that? This is Lieutenant Commander Data. He's now dead, apparently. But all these different back panels, by the way, you're probably wondering why they look the way they look. This is what's known as LCARS. Now, I quickly looked up what LCARS is. LCARS stands for Library Computer Access and Retrieval System. And it's an operating system within Star Trek. So that's what the operate. So we have Windows, people use Linux. This is LCARS. Okay, that's to put it into perspective for you. But these are certain stations that people can operate on within the Star Trek world. So you got Science 1 and 2, Mission Ops, Environmental Control, Engineering. So in some episodes when engineering downstairs, in main engineering's off limits, we can't get to it, so they'll come up and access certain bits and pieces from here. It'll give you certain layout and schematics, you have certain keypads and buttons to use, and it displays certain information on here. Now, this is what I find infuriating, right? And this is what I mean. Now, before I get to the other stations, as you can see, there's a seat here. Seat, 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 seat. Seat, seat. Oh, and look, this is where Lieutenant Worf is. No fucking chair. No fucking chair. He only got a chair in Generations. That was for a brief moment. How unfortunate is that? The chairs here did pull out in the film, and also I think in one or two episodes of of this as well. Oh, fucking hell, I really done a number of them. Fucking toast. But yeah, Lieutenant Worf would stand here. He'd have access to like shield control, or launching probes, or firing phasers, photon torpedoes, the lot. Obviously, Riker would have his little access panel here, and he would access certain bits and pieces. Now, before I continue any further, do you see that satellite there? It's a good satellite, isn't it? Probably worth, in our time, a shit ton of money. Like a fuckload of money. It'd be crazy to think how much money is actually involved in that. Da dee da dee da 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 da. Dee dee dee. Oh, we've just destroyed a fucking satellite. Oh my god. It's actually in little pieces. It is legitimately in little pieces. Fucking hell. Oh boy. Oops. Excuse me. Yeah, I may have made a little poo-poo error there. Oh dear. But this software even allows us to control certain bits and pieces. So we can view saucer view, so we can actually see the saucer section in front of us, which is really good. So if I was to run over there, we've actually got the saucer directly in front of us, so you can see all that. Whoa. It's actually crazy to think how big this ship is. We've also got the rear view. Which will show the nacelles of the Enterprise-D. Ooh. It's crazy how well defined this is. We've actually got the nacelle view, so a view from the nacelle itself. Ooh. Front view. So yeah, this is where the command operations would have. So you've got Lieutenant Worf here, or Natasha Yard, depending on where she is. Geordi LaForge, the chief engineer, would sometimes come up here, but would mainly be in engineering. Data would always sit there. Lieutenant Commander Data, he would always use this console here. Wesley Crusher, or a randomer, would always sit here. Captain Picard would always sit here, along with Commander Riker, and then you got Deanna Troi. Now, there is something you can access on here. It's a music video by Pogo.
Back when I was in the academy, we would
I'm not even
follow
joking.
Every toast with a song.
But he's done a bloody good job of making this music video as well. This Pogo guy. I know we got into some hot water about something. I don't really know particularly what that is, but Jesus fucking hell.
No.
this isn't going to end, is it? What? When the hell did this become a disco? What the hell's going on? Picard is in there. He's going to lose his shit. He's going to lose his absolute fucking shit. There's a disco going on, and I've killed the crew. And I've also killed an irreplaceable android.
Captain Jean-Luc Picard, 17347321476 Charlie 32789777643 Tango 732 Victor 73117.
Fuck yeah, how do you stop this?
324767897643676.
Oh, thank God for that. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. But yeah, the whole purpose of The Next Generation, well, like anything Star Trek wise, it'd be episodic. They would go through certain missions and trials and, well, not to quote a Star Trek episode, but trials and tribulations as well. They would also talk about certain matters at hand, like either political or personal or anything like that. They would talk through those matters and act it out through certain scenarios. They would also encounter a lot of aliens. Now, the aliens off the top of my head that you might have heard of, you have got the Klingons, they're well known. You've got the Romulans, the Vulcans. So the Klingons are a warrior race. Romulans are part warrior race, but they're more tactful and deceptive, I would say. You've got the Vulcans, who are nothing but logical. They've also got pointy ears, nothing but logical. You know, Spock, he was a Vulcan. You know, half Vulcan, should I say. But what you've also got is the Borg, which are my favourite alien race. From the Next Generation era, though, the Voyager ones are a bit, you know, it's just a bit shit, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't mind the episodes, they're enjoyable, but they're not the Borg as we know it. The Borg in the Next Generation were depicted as an unstoppable force. In Wolf 359, I think there was 39,000 lives, I think. Or how many lives were lost at Wolf 359? Hang on, I've got that completely wrong. I think it was 39 ships. So it was 39 ships were lost at Wolf 359 at the cost of 11,000 lives, which I believe included the USS Hood. It was an Excelsior class ship that Riker was supposed to transfer over to but didn't. That was also lost at 359. Because they basically captured Jean-Luc Picard and transformed him into Locutus of Borg. Now, they are an unstoppable race, but they were first introduced in the episode of Q Who. Q is an omnipotent being, basically a god, he toys with the crew of the Enterprise for his own amusement. He'll put them in certain scenarios, certain games, but this time he was doing something. He done the right thing for the wrong reason. He showed them what is actually out there for like his own smug personal gain, rather than to generally show them. Because as he put it, it's like the Romulans, the Klingons, they're nothing compared to what's out there. Guinan was aware. In Star Trek Generations, her and her people, the Elorians, were actually escaping the Borg when they were caught in the Nexus, the energy ribbon. You know, that's the one with Malcolm McDowell, where he's like, time is the fire in which we burn. But he's like, let me go back! Let me go back! But yeah, so there's many different alien creatures. I mean, very different things. This bridge, for instance, has had several upgrades over the years. For instance, these seats used to be more reclined in Season 1. They would actually be more inverted, the direction of these. They're on little plinths in general, but that was for more manoeuvrability for the like the director and stuff like that, for when they had to get certain shots of like the view screen and stuff like that for cameras and stuff. This used to be brown, these panels, and they used to be flip panels. And this indentation on the on the tan paneling bit here wasn't actually there. These panels over here used to be brown on season 1 as well. And these lights also did not exist in season 1, but they added those in, which is fair play. There is a couple other variation of bridges I can show you later on in the holodeck, but I'll briefly explain now that there was an upgrade in the Generations one on the back end of All Good Things, because there was like a plinth thing that you stand up onto, and these were raised on here, so the seats were higher than the con seats here, which was really good, I thought. I mean, I prefer the look of that from the outset, but I understand why practicality-wise. And you also had more stations along here, which again made more sense. Oh, fucking hell, that's still roaming around, shit. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you the ready room. I might shoot Jean-Luc Picard if I get that phaser from over there again. And then we're going to do the final interactivity with the ship. And then, yeah, we'll call it a video, and then I'll tell you what's next. Well, before I call it a video, I'll tell you what's next. So let's go to the ready room. So the ready room is the captain's own personal quarters next to the bridge. So it's got his desk where he sits. He might complete some work, look through certain files. Whenever needed, he can just pop through here. People tend to not. They'll beep through and he'll be like come, and they'll come through. People can sit down here and speak to him, or speak directly to him through the chairs here. This painting here of the Enterprise-D, I am jealous of. I really wish I had a print of that, because I would hang it up. I think it's fucking gorgeous. He's got a fish tank. This bit I thought was over here actually, rather than here. I'll have to double check that. I don't think that's right. Yep, there was a side window. There's always been a side window here. And you got various bits from his like ornamental stuff from his archaeological digs that he's partaken in before. I think these are isolinear chips. You can pick up stuff in this, so if I want to just donk this on his head, I can. If I want to just take this computer and be like, fuck off, do you want to... Oh, you like the computer, don't you? This is going to boldly go, where no face has gone before. He actually looks fucked off with me. But yeah, he's got his own replicator here. They normally come over in like tea, Earl Grey hot. Fuck me, and it actually made Earl Grey tea. You're right, Captain. I've got you a tea here. I've just knocked yours over. Oh fuck. Oh, there you go. Oh fuck. Hang on. Oh fucking hell. Oh. But yeah, really good. I mean, you can sit down here, have a little chin wag with Jean-Luc Picard, like, you know, like, Captain Picard, sir, can I beam my shit to the surface? I've always wanted to do that. I wonder if you can actually beam, like you know, transport your shit out of your ass, like, into... Imagine that, just, like, transporting your shit into, like, someone's quarters. I would get reprimanded so much for doing that. I'll probably be ejected off the ship. Like, do not eject your shit into Wesley Crusher's quarters. But yeah, we do have the tricorder here. A tricorder is the device used to scan not just the environment, but any personal afflictions as well. It can give you diagnostic layout. There's a bit up top, which I won't show you, but you can separate that off to do like a more in-depth scan. It also acts as Mr. Tricorder. If you see Star Trek Generations, you'll understand what I'm referring to. Where Data, having had the emotion chip installed, which is a story. Okay, basically, Dr. Noonien Sung in an episode created the emotion chip and summoned Data to where he was. However, it also summoned Law, his evil brother. And by evil, I mean he wasn't defective, but he was more sinister and he didn't have the same programming as Data. Because of that, he pretended to be Data because they were identical, had the emotion chip installed in him. When, like later on, where Law tried to take over a small disbanded group of Borg that have left the collective and were abandoned, when they all met up again, like, Data and, Picard and all that, Data shot Law and then deactivated him and then removed the emotion chip before Law was dismantled. In Star Trek Generations, he has that emotion chip installed, and you see him go through the phases of actually having the emotion. And yeah, part of the human one, part of the human process for him. He tried to speak to Geordie LaForge as Mr. Tricorder, and then got Mr. Tricorder to do an impression of Captain Picard going, "Make it so." But no, they've managed to capture the sounds perfectly with this. Oh shit, sorry, I've just took your computer. Oh, fuck it. I'm actually going to trash the room, fuck it. That's a really nice ship we got. This is the Stargazer, by the way. Be a shame if I went to warp speed! Oh, what a shame. What a shame. He's so fucked up with me. Oh wow, this actually looks really expensive. Whoa. Hey, another tricorder. But I don't need it. Oh, mate, I've just made a fucking right... oh, hang on. Oh, sorry, someone's made a mess of your room. Oh, Mr. Picard, I'm sorry. He actually... He's fucking seething. Look at him. But anyways, let's go to the final interactivity of the ship. So, obviously, we've interacted with the tactical display. We've interacted with the back panels. I've just realised the crew are alive again. Hooray! But lastly, there is this. Well, actually, no, there's more than this, actually. There's a bit more. So you can actually move the ship. Oh, God. Oh, didn't mean that. Hang on, let me have a look at the... Oh, yeah. You can do different alerts, by the way. Ah, V. There we go, look. We've got another perspective of the ship. And we can also technically fly it as well. However, that's not also what we can do. So we can actually set a course for certain places. And I think we should go to Duray 4. Communications have ceased with the colony and the Duray system. Starfleet has ordered the Enterprise to investigate. Let's set it to warp factor 9. Warp factor 9 even, yep. Here we go. Let's sit in the captain's chair. Now, I haven't done all of these. I think I've done 2 of these before. I think we are currently in red alert. Wait a minute, why is... I recognise this music. This music playing.
Tactical alert. Vessel approaching. Bearing
Tactical
184,
alert?
Mark 7.
We are the Borg. Lower your shields and surrender your vessel. We will add your biological and technological
Oh my god.
to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.
Fire torpedo.
Warning. Inertial damping field is unstable.
Oh, fucking hell.
Shield overloaded.
What do we do?
Forward shield has failed.
Holy Moses. Yeah, if you wait long enough, this will actually get you out of here immediately. But yeah, you encounter the Borg, and it plays the best of both worlds music. The best of both worlds, by the way, is the episode to do with All 359. And this is where we go. We go to the shipyard for dry dock. Let's see if we can't do better. So let's go to... Jupiter is the 5th planet from the Sun and the largest in the solar system. It's a giant planet with... sounds boring. Let's not do that one yet. In 2329, the Starship Enterprise-B was reported missing during a deep space assignment. Scout reports indicated the ship was lost shortly after the crew contracted unknown infection. That sounds good. Or Viridian 6 has a ring system, a magnetosphere, and numerous moons. The Viridian system has a unique configuration among those planets because its axis of rotation is tilted sideways, nearly into the plane of the solar orbit. Fuck it, let's go to the Viridian system. Yeah, there is a few locations you can go to. But yeah, whoever made these little interactive bits and pieces is a fucking genius. They've captured the bridge very well. I think the view screen though had more of a, not so much a curved bit down here though. I'll have to look at that again actually. In fact no, whilst he's doing this, I'll look at it now. Yeah, I was right. In fact, it was more curved along up the top. It's still good though, but it was more curved along the top. Fuck me, we're taking ages to get there. Oh wow. That's magnificent. I mean, look at that. You can't beat that. You actually cannot beat that. Right. Let's see what else there is. Right. Let's go to the unexplored sector of the galaxy. Currently where the Enterprise-B had an unfortunate mishap with a virus and was lost. But yeah, the interactivity of this is fucking incredible. These, by the way, on each four corners are... well, on all four corners, sorry. I think that's a turbo lift here, I could be wrong. Observation lounge here, I'm not sure if this is a turbo, it's probably a toilet actually. But you've got turbo lift there, turbo lift there. There's a turbo lift here, but it's an emergency turbo lift. It goes straight, that's why it looks different, it goes straight to the battle bridge. The battle bridge is the section, is the bridge basically for the star drive. We're currently in the saucer section attached to the star drive. But it all links together, trust me. And the detail on the seats, because the seats and everything else look exactly like this. Like this looks spot on to the Enterprise-D bridge. This looks spot on. The only thing that's a bit skew with is this bit up here. Holy shit! That's the Enterprise-B. Although I can't see a registry, which is a bit weird. That is the Enterprise-B. I wonder if we can fire on it. No. How weird to see another derelict spaceship. But yeah, the Enterprise-B was an Excelsior refit. The Enterprise-D, sorry, which one we're in now, is a Galaxy-class starship. Oh, they even modelled that fucking excellently. Although they didn't get the registry right, which is a shame, but they got everything else on there. Right, let's see what else there is on the interactivity part. Deep Space Nine. Yeah, well, Deep Space Nine is a space station, yeah, near the near a wormhole even, and it's also a TV series called Deep Space Nine. It ran for about 6 seasons. I've never actually fully watched it. I think I watched half of season 1, which I've been told is a bit of a skew-if season. Like, you have to push past that, which I'll try. It's a bit fucking hard to. But I've heard really good things about it. Like my friend Craig, when we went to Destination Star Trek, he would rave about Deep Space Nine. You know, he said he didn't know if Next Generation or Deep Space Nine was his favourite at that point. I personally think deep down it might have been Next Generation, but I don't know, because he seemed to really appreciate Deep Space Nine, and I do kind of get why. But yeah, whoever made this is fucking amazing. I mean, everything looks so authentic and prim and proper and loads of other bits and pieces. think that's the runabout, I think. Is it the runabout? No, it's not runabout. The Defiant, that's it. They've modelled that really well as well. And that's got the markings on it at the front. You can see USS Defiant if you look very, very, very closely. But yeah, overall, very good. Bridge obviously is where most of the action does tend to happen, unless it's on an away mission. But yeah, for some weird reason though, there's a guy who I watch called Junkball Media, and he's right. Whenever there's like something blows up on a starship bridge, whether it be in the film or this bridge or whatever bridge, there's always like rocks for some reason, and I have no fucking idea why. Why is there rocks in the bridge? Are they just storing them? Where's the fucking rocks? You know what I mean? But oh fucking hell. But yeah, whoever's done this though, there's a lot of appreciation that's gone into this. But yeah, there's one last thing I'll talk about, and then we'll go into another episode. Is the filming models to film this. So originally there was a 6-foot model that was made to film this, to film the Next Generation, but it was too big to use mounting points and stuff like that to get good angles to film. So I think after season 2 into season 3, they constructed a 4-foot model for easier filming, and they used that opportunity to make adjustments during that point, such as a thicker saucer section to accommodate the 10 forward section, make certain adjustments, but they got more angles and camera angles to use for filming. But the 6-foot model, because of the size, the shape and what it was for the Enterprise-D, it became very difficult to film. But they had to do a larger model to get that detail in there for when they did film it. I think it was ILM? I could be wrong. But they actually reused the 6-foot model for Star Trek Generations. Admittedly, they did reuse a lot more shots of the ship from the TV series and recoloured them. A bit naughty they done that. And they reused the shot from Star Trek 6 when the Klingon bird of prey blew up. They reused the exact same shot, which is pretty fucking cheeky if you think about it. But overall, my thoughts on this. This is a love letter to Star Trek The Next Generation. Apart from this minor little bit with the view screen, they have captured everything brilliantly from season 3 onwards. Absolutely brilliantly. And you know what? It's not even over bridge-wise. We've got the battle bridge. We've got, I think, 3 or 4 different bridges on the holodeck. We've got a lot to still go through, and that's just for those 2. We've also got, you know, the shuttle bay. You've got the medical bay. We've got engineering. We've got the crew's quarters. We've got a lot of stuff to get through. But so far, so good. I hope this has been enjoyable for you guys. Really descriptive, as I discussed the different changes between season 1 and now. You know, the variations of the chair, what each room does, what each person does, the alien races, and we've looked through each different room and stuff. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have. Thank you very much for watching me, and I'll see you in the very next episode, where we'll be taking a look either at the battle bridge, or we'll take a look at something else. I'm trying to work out what order I'm going to do things in, but for now, I'll see you then.